What's going on, guys? This is James Allen. Today is Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Now, for some time now, I've been promising you guys a video on ICP, the Internet Computer Blockchain, and, I've never gotten to it, but finally, here we go. It's here today. Now, here's the white paper for ICP. It was written in April 2022, and as you could see, I have tons of notes, notes everywhere. I mean, I could sort of just show you guys my notes. There we go. And it's two parts, right? There's a part of it that's also more mathematical, and I basically finished it all. I think it was about 50 pages. It's about 50 pages, and I took a lot of notes. Clearly, I can't sit down and go with you guys one by one with what this blockchain is and what it's doing. So after I read the white paper and took notes, I looked at other YouTube content on ICP. I looked at what other YouTubers were saying, and I don't think there was one video where I watched it and liked. I don't think there was a single ICP video I liked. And I'm not trying to diss any YouTuber out there. It's just I felt like they weren't covering the meat, and they were telling me a lot of abstract information that I couldn't really connect with if I was like a layman thinking about investing in ICP. So I thought, let me do a video for you guys, my misfits, because, I love you guys. And let me try to break it down in a way where, it's simple to grasp, Now, I do understand that I myself may make the mistake of using a term that's abstract and computer science related. And, you might miss the point. And if I do, put that in the comment section. The reason why I'm saying that is because I did a video on the graph not too long ago, and a friend of mine watched it, and he told me, hey, man, I'm completely lost. You're using a lot of terms that I don't really get. And someone like me who take these terms for granted, we miss that. So just giving a heads up, if I'm using, terms that are perhaps algorithmic or fancy, and I'm going to try to avoid them as much as possible, let me know and I'll clarify. Also, if you're a developer watching this, feel free to add to what I'm saying. Feel free to add, feel free to amplify, feel free to correct me if I make a mistake. I don't know it all. I won't take any offense. Help the community grow. This is about my misfits making some money so we could survive what's about to happen. And let's go. So I have a list of points. I'm going to read them to you guys. This is my list of points because I can't remember them all. So to make it easy for myself, I'm just going to read you my points and perhaps comment on it if I feel like something needs to be added. So the first point I have is the total supply of ICP is 472 million, and it deflates as people use the network. ICP tokens can be converted into computer cycles. Cycles are computational power that are used for running canisters. Canisters are smart contracts on ICP. And these canisters deliver products and services to the market. So ICP is basically a giant cloud, and people could basically put applications on ICP. But to run these applications, you need computer cycles. You need computer power, computational power. And that's what these ICP tokens can get you. They can get you computer cycles to run these smart contracts, aka canisters. And these smart contracts deliver products and services to the public. Now, there's about 472 million ICP tokens out there, which I believe from a relative standpoint, that's not too much, right? If you look at the graph have billions of coins, of tokens. Cardano also have billions. I think Cardano have maybe 9 billion. The graph maybe have 8 billion. I don't remember. I'll put the picture so you guys could see. But both the graph and Cardano are in the billions as opposed to ICP. The total supply is 472 million. And it deflates as people use these ICP tokens to run smart contracts, aka canisters, on a decentralized, platform, the blockchain. Now, what does this mean? This means that in my opinion, ICP can see some pretty crazy prices. What I mean by that is when you look at the market cap of a crypto, the market cap is usually the supply, the number of tokens times the price of the token. So if you see a token has like, if you see a blockchain has like 8 billion tokens or 9 billion tokens like Cardano, it will never reach the price of Ethereum, like $1,000 per token. You will never see that because I think Ethereum has like maybe 200 million total supply. Again, I'll put the supply of Ethereum on an edited version for you guys to see. But Ethereum, the total supply of Ethereum is about, I think, 200 million or something like that. So it makes sense that you see the Ethereum price that high. Same with Bitcoin. The total supply of Bitcoin is really low. So I think it's in the millions as well. So it makes sense that you're seeing these crazy prices. But when you're seeing Cardano in the billions, same with the graph, you're not going to see $1,000 Cardano. The most you might see for Cardano, in my opinion, is $100. Same for the graph. I don't see these things breaking $100. Realistically, I think you're going to see $20 Cardano, $25 Cardano, and way later when it's like a bubble, Cardano will probably be $100. Who knows? But you get the point. So the total supply of ICP is 472 million. That means, in my opinion, that you could see $1,000 ICP. That's what it means. You could see $1,000 ICP. And I think right now ICP is about $5. Yeah. Anyway, next point. Its canisters, aka smart contract, support HTTP. So a developer can fully build their dApps on chain, both front end and back end. That's an important point, right? Most layer 1 blockchain, they don't support front end, right? So if you have a dApp, a decentralized application on a blockchain, like on an Ethereum blockchain, the front end of that dApp is not on the Ethereum blockchain. You know, it's on a centralized cloud somewhere like AWS or Google Cloud or whatever, right? So even though the app is supposed to be decentralized, it's not really fully decentralized, right? If the front end is still like on Amazon or Google or Oracle and only the back end, the smart contracts on Ethereum. So ICP is probably the only blockchain I know that supports HTTP, HTTPS. So you could build a full front end and back end application on an ICP blockchain, which I think is a huge edge. I even think they have examples. If you go to their website, the ICP's website itself is built on the ICP blockchain, both front end and back end. So if you look at the website, if you look at the corner, it should say something like 100% built on chain, something like that, right? So this is them to this is an example of them showing you like, hey, we could host websites. The ICP blockchain can host websites just like any other cloud service, which again is a huge edge because Cardano can't do that. Ethereum can't do that. You know, the front end always got to be on another off-chain centralized platform like AWS or Google Cloud. One thing I also think is worth mentioning, Uniswap has built their front end on ICP, which it's pretty cool. Uniswap has built, if you guys don't know what Uniswap is, it's a DEX, decentralized exchange for Ethereum, and their front end is built on ICP. So cool shit. All right. ICP uses threshold relay consensus, a heavily optimized version of proof of stake. Consensus is a mechanism that verifies the information added to the ledger is valid. Again, ICP uses an optimized proof of stake method called threshold relay consensus that enables chain key cryptography. In regards to that, Cardano also uses proof of stake. And I think Ethereum recently switched to some version of proof of stake. So I don't think ICP is particularly unique in using a proof of stake system. However, their threshold relay consensus method is much more efficient. So in the efficiency scale, I really think ICP has an edge as well. ICP does not need bridgers to connect to other blockchains. I thought that was a very cool point. Bridgers is basically how two blockchains can talk to each other. But one problem with bridgers is that they can be very unsafe. You could lose information or tokens even doing a bridging transaction. And ICP, similar to Polkadot, does not need bridgers. It has its own in-house solution to bridge to other blockchain. I thought that was, again, a super cool edge. I don't know any other blockchain that supports that other than Polkadot. So ICP is also doing really good on that front. Transaction per second wise, ICP is ridiculously high, 11,500 transaction per second, as opposed to 1,000 for Polkadot and Cardano, and 30 for Ethereum. Think about that, 30 transaction per second for Ethereum. I think Bitcoin is arguably worse, maybe like 5 or 10. I don't remember. I'll put it in a video when I edit it. But 11,500 transaction per 11,500 transaction per second for ICP, I think, is really good in terms of network capacity. ICP also has the highest on-chain storage. They have an animation showing the storage capacity of different blockchains, starting with Ethereum as the smallest. I think each canister has a total storage capacity of 256 megabyte, if I recall. I saw the animation of the storage capacity on ICP's website. I thought it was pretty cool, so I scraped it. But it shows, like, it compares like the storage capacity of other blockchains like Ethereum or Solana to ICP, and ICP is much bigger in terms of like the storage capacity of its smart contract, which means it could hold way more powerful smart contract. It could do way more. It's far more powerful than these other blockchain protocols. ICP is infinitely scalable. Again, another good point. It does not need a Polygon sidechain like Ethereum to scale. So if you remember, the Ethereum mainnet, in order to prevent itself from getting clogged, it uses sidechains like Polygon, and it offload a lot of that work to the Polygon sidechain. I think Cardano also has like a layer 2 solution it's building called Hydra so that it could scale. But ICP does not need a layer 2 solution like Cardano or even a sidechain like Ethereum. It's infinitely scalable, meaning that as more nodes get in a network, it will just scale seamlessly. So I thought, again, ICP has an edge. Share your thoughts about that if you're a developer. The transaction fees on ICP is a fraction of a penny, as opposed to Ethereum, which is an average transaction fee of $30. So I think I've showed you guys when I was staking my graph tokens, how much I've paid in transaction fee to stake my graph token. I think it was like $18, something like that. So enormous, something enormous. As a matter of fact, I've recently bought more graph tokens, but instead of staking them to instead of delegating them to the stake pool that I have it on, I'm just holding it till I get way more graph tokens, because I don't want to make multiple staking transactions because I'm going to pay too much money. Ethereum is just way too expensive. And I said that's why I think Cardano will ultimately trump Ethereum. But ICP is actually even cheaper in terms of transaction fee than Cardano as well. I've sent a few I've sent ICPs from my Coinbase wallet to my Ledger hard wallet, and the transaction fee was practically zero, right? So in terms of transaction fee, I think ICP is looking really good. Again, just a point to consider. ICP has an on-chain governance system called the network nervous system. Only Polkadot and Algorand has a similar on-chain governance system like this. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You want a blockchain that can adapt and evolve. You don't want them to have like these crazy hard forks. Hard forks, by the way, is when a source code splits. But when you have hard forks like that, it shows that, like, you know, the protocol can't really adapt too well. As opposed to ICP, they have a on-chain governance system. I believe it's called a DAO, but they also call it the network nervous system. And it basically allows ICP to, evolve and allow the participant of ICP to cast votes and let it, grow as, a blockchain. Let it evolve as the time changes. So again, it's not the only one that has a governance system like that. I think Polkadot does, Algorand does. And if I believe, Cardano's working on something similar called Project Catalyst. But I don't know where Cardano is in terms of that development. But ICP can evolve. I think that's what you need to learn from that point. Staking is very lucrative on ICP. It offers nearly 30% APR. Now, anyone who's about money like I am is gonna get a hard on when they hear that, right? 30% APR. Clearly, the bank is not gonna give you that, and ICP is claiming, I believe 28.9. If I want to be super specific, I'll put it in a video for you guys to see. That's still nearly 30%. And I recently staked my ICP, in a network nervous system. So I successfully created a neuron. I'll show you a screenshot of that so you could appreciate it. And staking wasn't really difficult on ICP. You just send your ICP tokens to your ledger, and then from your ledger, you log into ICP's network nervous system. You sign in with your digital ID. And you stake it like anyone, like it's just a button, So I've staked it, I believe, yesterday. I'm gonna wait a month to see what the returns are like, and when I see the returns on staking, I will share what the profits look like. I think I staked like 205 ICPs or something like that. I bought about $1,000 worth of ICP on Coinbase. And I staked all of them. $1,000 only got me about 200 because, like I said, ICP is a little bit below $5 right now. So I staked all my ICP tokens. Let's see what the returns are like. ICP already have their own DEX. It's called Infinity Swap. So remember, ICP is layer 1, so a lot of other tokens can be built upon it. Let me clarify something like right now. There's a difference between coin and tokens, right? So a coin basically mean like it has its own blockchain. So ICP is really a coin. Token mean, it's built on top of a blockchain. So the graph, that's a token because it's built on top of Ethereum. So ICP is really a coin. I shouldn't be saying token, but I said it, just because it's easy. But there is a technical difference between a coin and a token. Again, coin, they have their own blockchain. Token, they're built on top of a layer 1 blockchain. Like the graph is built on top of Ethereum, so the graph is a token. Polygon is a token because it's also built on top of Ethereum. And tokens are typically traded on decentralized exchanges, DEXs. And I've already showed, I believe I showed what was it? Pancake Swap for Cardano. Pancake Swap. There's Uniswap for Ethereum. If you want to swap tokens that are built on top of Ethereum, you use Uniswap. And if you want to, get tokens built on top of Cardano, you use MinSwap or Pancake Swap. And Infinity, since it's a layer 1 blockchain, tokens can be built on top of it. So it has a DEX where you could do swaps, and that swap for that DEX, for ICP is called Infinity Swap. All right. Developers who want to build on ICP can use their in-house language, Monoko, but they also support more familiar languages like Rust and Python. Now, as a developer, I have noticed that a lot of blockchain engineers are using Rust. So I do think that was a good choice for them to support Rust. And I think I also started learning Rust, and its syntax seems pretty easy. It's not too confusing like Haskell, which is what Cardano is using. So yeah, I think in terms of ease of adoption, I definitely think ICP has an edge over Cardano, for example. Conclusion. ICP may be the Ethereum killer. And I really meant that. I think ICP could really pose a threat to Ethereum. But not only that, I think ICP could not only be a threat to other blockchains like Ethereum or Polkadot, but I think it could be a threat to just cloud services in general. Like AWS could lose huge amounts of business from ICP because, like I said, ICP it supports all services. It's full service. So you could host front end, back end, pictures, storage, cloud functions. You could do whatever the hell you want on ICP. So why put yourself as a company? Let's just say you're a company that hosts news, and you want the information that's put on your platform not to be controlled by anybody. But if you put your news platform, if you put all the data, your database on Google, or if you put your database on Amazon AWS, and let's just say there's a lot of news on your platform that certain politically leaning people don't like, well, they could contact their boys at Google and tell them to shut you down, right? Or tell them to threaten you to take it off, or they'll just shut down your database, right? Or they'll call their boys at Amazon and they'll just shut down your database. So why put that kind of power in Jeff Bezos' hands, or I don't remember the founders of Google, Larry Page's hands? Why put that kind of power in Google's hands or Amazon hands? You know, you want your company to be independent, so you don't want any entity telling you what to do, or else they'll shut down your database. So you will put it on a blockchain. The question is, which blockchain can give you full service? ICP. So I think ICP could not only be a threat to Ethereum, it could also be a threat to other cloud services in general. So like I said, I've bought 200 ICP. I think I bought them $500 at a time. So if you see my screen and it says $500 purchase, I did that twice. I stake my ICPs. I stake $205 ICPs. I bought $1,000 worth. So I staked 205 ICPs. Let's see what the return looks like. I have said in a previous episode that one of the ways to get rich is by riding a wave. I do think crypto is a wave. That's the infrastructure of tomorrow. And since I care for you, misfits, I want to show you your options in terms of like what wave you could ride and make some money, so we could weather this storm together. In any case, guys, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to press that like button. And of course, support me on Patreon. I fill your cup, you fill my cup. I'll see you next time.